I have a Milescraft Pantograph Pro and a router that I use to carve custom signs. It works great, and after a little practice, it's easy to make terrific looking signs. There are a few standard templates available for carving letters, but if you want to make a sign that's a little bit different, you need to make your own custom template. It's not hard if you know a few tricks. Here's my method.
Hi there, this is David and Marcy Lynn, the Just a Little Further crew, and we're here with another how-to video. Hope you enjoy it.
This is the sign I want to carve. It's a replica of the signs that are used to mark the route of the famous Thames path, which follows the entire length of the Thames River in England. For generating the template, I use the Paint S app on my Mac, but if you're using a DOS machine, you can use MS Paint or something similar for PCs. I create a new page that's the size of the wood I'm using, in this case 24 inches by 6 inches. Then I add the text and symbols to get the layout the way I want it. I want a full-scale version of the template. I need to print the template across as many pages as it takes to get the full size. Since Paint doesn't have this option, I'll save the file as a PDF. Then, using Adobe Acrobat, select the poster setting and print it. This divides the printout over several pages. Cut and tape the full-scale template. You'll be tracing the letters onto a piece of wood, so try to avoid getting tape on the letters. I use graphite paper and a stylus to trace the outline of the letters onto the wood. If you don't have a stylus, a dull number 2 pencil will also work. You don't have to get it perfect. The lettering on the wood will only be used to align the router later on. Now I'm going to create a second template to guide the router. Start by drawing a horizontal line across the drawing. My pantograph is set up so that it carves an image at 1/2 scale, so the template I'll be making to guide the router needs to be 200% of full size. It would be nice if we could just print the template as a poster as we did for the full-size template, but there's an issue with that. As can be seen here, some of the pages have letters that are half on one page and half on another. If a portion of a letter is carved using one template sheet, the next sheet has to be absolutely perfectly aligned in order to continue carving the letter. Even a misalignment of 1/16 of an inch will result in an eye-catching, odd-looking letter. Instead, we need to print each individual sheet of the template so that only complete letters are on each page. I'll start by selecting an area roughly 8 by 11 inches around the acorn for my first page. I copy the selected image using the Command C key on a Mac or Control C on a PC. Then I open a new window, create a blank page with the dimensions 8 by 11 inches, then paste the image using Command V or Control V. Center the image, then print it. This is page 1 of the template. The next page could be the T and the H. Again, select the area, copy to the clipboard, create a blank page, paste the image, and print it. Repeat the process for the remaining sections of the template. I ended up with 14 pages. The next part assumes you know how to set up and use the pantograph. If not, there are several excellent YouTube videos on the subject. I'll provide links in the notes below. Each page of the template is inserted into the page holder and aligned with a piece of wood. Since we already traced the letters onto the wood, this is easy to do. Here I've carved most of the sign and all that's left is the arrow. I'll place the router bit at the point of the arrow we traced onto the wood, then use the pantograph to move the wood until the stylus is over the same place on the template. Next, lock the wood in place. Now adjust the template until the arrow point is directly under the stylus. I use a T-square and the horizontal line in the template to ensure the template is square. Once everything is aligned, I clamp the template in place. Push pins can also be used. Lift the router up, start it, then guide the stylus along the outside of the letter, or in this case the arrow. Go back and forth over the inside of the letter or image to remove the remaining wood. This is the finished arrow. Ta-da! And this is the finished sign after painting and finishing.
Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please click on the like button below. If you want to see more of our how-to, travel, sailing, road trips, and trekking videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel. We also blog and update our website regularly, so check us out at www.justtalittlefurther.com. Bye for now.